Again, this is a continuation from the first part of the video that I could not fully get through with. I couldn't get everything that I wanted to within the 15-minute time frame of the first one, so I figured I'd make a second part to this video. Like I said, I don't want to come across as being angry or whatever, but it's just the fact that I was a bit passionate in what was said about the black churches, to the point where, I guess, kind of tend to let it go and kind of get a little bit aggressive, if you will. But like I say, I don't mean any harm in what I'm saying, but I just wanted you to understand my point of view based on what you were saying, or based on what you said. One thing about it is that, again, going back to the fact, you said a lot of what you said in your videos. I have to admit, a lot of it was true. The beginning portions, I should say, a lot of it was true. And even, like I said, even in towards the middle part, right before I started to have to think a little bit, you were making some good valid points like that. One thing about it is that when it comes to the black church, you have to be in it for yourself. I'm not saying that, not to really, care about anybody else and stuff like that. But one thing about it is that with the black church being so scrutinized and everything, as far as, what Bishop Eddie Long did, and if he did it, shame on him. If he didn't do it and those other guys accused him of doing it just for the sake of money or whatever, shame on them. But one thing about it is that I want to look at the bigger picture here. Just because that happened, that actually put a big shed now, a big light on the black churches. And basically, like I say, the black churches are already, in a bit of a war within itself, because basically you have members warring against each other, people going there trying to look for issues. And one thing about it is that, and I'm under the impression, or under the notion, that whatever you look for, that's what you're going to find. One thing about it is that when you go to some place, it doesn't have to be a church, any place, or you can go and talk to somebody or get to know somebody. If all you're going there to look for is the negative, that's all that you're going to find is the negative. The same thing when you go to a church, any church. It doesn't have to be a black church. If you go there looking for the negative, looking for an issue, looking for a fault, you're going to find just what you're looking for. Like I say, just to reiterate what I made, of the point that I tried to make on my first video, is that I don't go to church to see what another person is doing. Now, if we actually have to have a ministerial council meeting where we can sit here and air out our grievances, that's when all of that type of stuff will go, and that's when we'll talk about issues like that. But as far as like having a church service, I could care less about how somebody praises the Lord, or how they wave their hand, or whatever the case may be. Like I said, you're an educated person, but when you said that type of stuff like that, you came across, I have to admit, and I'm not trying to judge you, but you kind of lost some cool points right there, because I guess I pretty much know what you were where you were trying to go with it, but you kind of lost me a little bit along the way there. Again, like I say, I don't know you from Adam's apple, or whatever the case, or whatever cliche you want to use, but I just ran across your video, just listening to rants and raves over YouTube about educated black women, and how they think that they're all of that, and basically according to your postings they're not. But I don't mean any harm in my postings to you, and I do hope to hear a response from you. Like I say, because you seem like a very interesting person. You're a very learned person. I can see that, and you're very passionate in what you speak about, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to actually take the time out to post a video response to a video that you post. Even though it's kind of a quote-unquote old video, it kind of stirred up a lot of issues and controversies and stuff that need to be discussed even to this day. Like I say, and a lot of the examples where you compare and contrast different points of view and different things based on your experience, that's your experience. Again, like I say, everybody's experience is not your experience. Like I say, I don't mean any harm, and like I say, I use YouTube just like you do, to air thoughts and points of view. You don't have to agree with me, but at least take the time to listen to what I had to say. So I'm going to go ahead and close this video out now, and hope to hear from you soon. Peace.